Hello there and welcome back to our latest episode of Meet the Artist series, and you'll notice I'm joined by not one but two artists today. So I'm very excited to get to meet them and take you on a little journey of their artwork and how they have got on during the Light in the North series. And over to you. So I'm joined by Kate and Elaine. So ladies, would you like to give us a brief introduction? Kate, I'll come to you first.
Hey, so really pleased to be here. Thanks so much for having us on. And we're just delighted to be part of Light the North project in general. It's such an amazing opportunity for artists to get to paint a sculpture like this, but for it to be for charity and for clan as well, which is something so important, and they're helping so many people. It's really meaningful. So we were just really, really delighted to be part of it. But yeah, basically, my name's Kate, and me and Elaine are a couple. And we work together under Infinite Sky. So we paint murals together, and we've been doing that for since 2016. Yeah, so quite a few years now. And we always work like as a partnership. So it's very much like we design together, we brainstorm together, and then we create and actually paint together as well. Awesome. So we're used to kind of working as a team, which is really good. We collaborate well. Yeah, definitely. Love it.
Artistically and in life, collaborating.
Exactly. Luckily, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it must be difficult if you've had a hard day at the office. Who do you run to?
Well, someone was saying the other day they hadn't realized we were a couple as well as working together on another project. And he was like, "Oh, that must be really difficult, like if you disagree about things, or if it's awkward or anything." But it never happens for us. We're really, really lucky. We don't fight in our personal life, and we don't argue in our creative life. So
awesome.
We just it's always been really natural.
Just goes. That's a terrific sign.
It is, and I feel like if there's an issue with like a design or we've got different ideas, we'll always just like talk it out, and then we'll just pick the best way to go. So like I can always see if I'm like being a bit stubborn about something, then I'm like, actually, you're right. This is gonna work. I just need to trust that this is gonna work better. And then same vice versa as well. You're always really trusting. If I've got a really strong feeling about something, you'll go with it and let us kind of go in that direction. So it always just ends up working, and we have a good balance.
But different strengths and things to bring to it as well.
Yeah, definitely. So like we could use this as like a couple's like advice session, I think, as well. Like trust in compromise is what we're all about.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I love it. So it's really exciting to hear you're doing one together. And Elaine, I hear you're designed one in your own right as well.
Yeah. So I've got like a moniker, Happy Emo. So I do like my own illustrations under that.
Awesome.
Even though that was my one, like Kate still had input.
Yeah, still collaborative. I like it.
So it's really fun doing that.
I think it's really good for artists as well to have someone to like bounce things off who you trust, because when you're in art school, you're surrounded by people who you can just show ideas to, and you can get feedback, you can get input, and it really helps you to form your own ideas and to like trust your own creative vision if you have other people to show it to and to kind of speak about. It helps you as well,
and to move
forward.
Because sometimes you can get stuck on a little thing even, and then if you ask someone just even a yes or no, or maybe this, maybe that, can just change it quickly. Whereas in your own head you're stuck, like, go over it for ages.
You get a bit of a block.
And
then when you leave art school, you're suddenly out in the world, you're by yourself. A lot of people, like when I left, just suddenly I was in a little workshop by myself. I studied jewelry, so then I was just suddenly like in this little workshop making jewelry completely alone. And that's when I realized, wow, art school was incredible to have that feedback in that community. So loads of artists are actually very solitary, and then maybe find it hard to find someone that they can really bounce ideas off and kind of flow with. So I feel like we're so lucky because we've always got someone to sort of check in with and go, is this a good idea?
Is this okay? I like it. At least like they're a qualified opinion as well, and it's not just like, oh, here's my partner who's like an accountant. Oh, is this okay? Not saying accountants have got impeccable taste in art, the ones I know. So
that's true. It's just good, and it's also good. Like, I mean, we were so excited when we found out about the lighthouses, because we put in a couple of designs each, and we were just waiting to hear back. And then, like, you think you got the phone call first, and so we were delighted that you got it. I remember,
amazing.
We were so excited. And then it wasn't until like 2 days later that we found out we'd got the Infinite Sky one together. And so
amazing.
It's nice to have someone to share that with, that we were so happy and so excited about it.
And then it kind of felt like we both got both as well. So it was like,
That's brilliant. So is this your first trail that you've worked on? Because I know there's lots of other wild and art trails. Is this the first one you've worked on? Have you done any of the other ones in the past?
Penguins together, the Maggie's
Oh,
penguin.
cool. Yeah.
And then before that, I did the elephant tour.
Oh, brilliant.
That was 2013 to 14. That one actually toured the UK for a year.
Wow.
I was lucky enough to be the only Scottish-based artist in it at the time, which was really cool.
Yeah,
that's
really impressive.
When we very first met, so which was 8 years ago, we met in Edinburgh on a random night out of all places. And I remember you telling me about, I'm doing this project and I'm painting an elephant, and I was like, oh right, it's really cool, you're an artist as well. And as we were getting to know each other, you had the elephant delivered to your house, and I would travel down.
That's so brilliant.
And you welcomed me into like, oh, do you want to paint just like a tiny bit? Because at that point we hadn't worked together, so it was very. You're like, you should paint just like a tiny little bit in there somewhere. And then we went on to do the penguin completely together, and then now we've done the 2 lighthouses. So yeah, as we've kind of been on our journey, we've done trails along the way, which is really cool.
That's so cool. So almost it could actually be our only like wild and arts only like couple almost formed through art.
The story of wild and art.
Yeah, I know. It's right from the start, taking us right way through now to the lighthouses. I love it.
Literally just decided that we're going to get married next year, so maybe we need to look at our wedding or something.
Yes.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm sure, and congratulations firstly, that's incredible. But yeah, we should maybe get a lighthouse like at the altar, or just like all of your creations, penguins, lighthouses, elephants. I'd love it.
A little forest of them you just walk through.
Yeah, I know, this whole forest of arts and illusions and wild and art sculptures. That'd be brilliant. So as part of your Infinite Sky, we'll maybe start with that one. What should people expect from your sculpture? Is there a teaser you can give us? I know you put some on your website, so I think people should visit your website, but is there a teaser you can give us what kind of style it is for this sculpture?
Yeah, I mean, our Infinite Sky style in general is a lot about color gradients. We just love color so much, and we love when you have a subtle color gradient, going from dark to light or light to dark. And usually we work in rooms, so that can really change your perspective of a room massively. It can really open it out, like having a vista of mountains going to the distance. That's how we first kind of started.
And we use very simple shapes as well, silhouettes mostly. Yeah, so they're quite like blocky colors, but then it's the nice gradient sort of just gives it that softness.
It's like that kind of simple but effective, like graphic layered kind of look. But we usually do quite organic shapes, and so this is the first time that we've done something geometric. So it's the same idea, and it's going from dark to light, but we've used a very geometric pattern, so it's very broken up. So we're
almost fractal, like whereas the other ones are quite gradients, whereas this one's almost it kind of jumps a bit more, but it still sort of works as a gradient. So it was interesting to kind of experiment with a new style of a technique that we've already used. So I think that's going to be what's different about this one for us. But we're so happy with how it turned out. We're really
great. That's it. How was it actually painting it? Because I can imagine gradients are I'm just thinking of Photoshop and stuff like that. And I'm like, how would you actually achieve that in real life for the gradient? Is particularly if you're mashing up, it's on a cylinder basically. So how was it working with? And it's tall. It's really tall.
There's a lot of planning. We're quite meticulous in our planning. Like we had a mock-up done digitally, so we knew how we wanted it to look, and then we transferred that onto the lighthouse. And then it was a matter of figuring out how many gradients we needed, and then numbering each triangle.
I think we have
15 gradients.
15 gradients going from one color down, because it started really light and it goes through a color range and then to black basically. So I think we have 15 steps to get there. And then you did
have to like have it in different areas so it touches the next color, and it took quite a bit of planning.
But then it's kind of, once you've done the planning and you did this amazing drawing and then you had it all colored in and then you put them all into numbers, and then we transferred it by number onto the lighthouse. But then at that point,
like a giant paint.
It is a giant
paint by numbers. I was thinking that.
Yeah. So then once you've got the planning done, then you can just enjoy, because you just have to trust that your plan is.
You've got it. Yeah.
The outcome's going to look like it's supposed to, which thankfully it did.
And then we just make them by eye and just like have to have them to beside each other and make sure it's enough of a jump and not too much of a jump.
Yeah.
Just put that money into it.
Yeah. Which as well, when you're painting, like, because we just use normal wall paint actually.
Oh, cool.
Because you can get the mixers.
It's really durable.
Yeah.
really durable, and it's like it doesn't smell much and it dries really nice, got a nice finish. But then with that paint, everyone will know when you paint your house, it always turns slightly different when it dries. So dark colors dry in the colors dry darker. So we have a hairdryer. So we like paint, and then you have a hairdryer, a little section to be like, okay,
is it?
It is a long process, but it is a fun process as well. Like we have music on.
Oh, cool.
Have loads of banter and
lots
paint
of
away.
chats.
And, lots of good.
So is that like the overriding like fun element in the studio? Do you do that on Instagram stories or anything so people can get a vibe of what your studio's like? You're right, no. Fun times for us and us only.
More, I suppose the social media doesn't come massively naturally to us because we wouldn't be like, because some people it just seems like they're so happy to be on camera all the time and behind the scenes and just chatting away. Whereas it would be like a little bit awkward to be like taking photos all the time. You know, it's not our natural habitat, but we probably do need to do better at that. So
I know it's a process.
It's a process. But then like everything's like top secret anyway because they don't want anything.
Yeah, very true.
You're about to be really careful we didn't like give too much away too soon.
Yeah,
exactly. So what's the overriding thing you want people to feel when they come up to your lighthouse?
The concept behind the theme, so it's called Lighting the Dark, and that's why it comes from literally like night sky through to the light of a lighthouse shining. So I mean, for me, I think with that design, it was really about how clan are like the hope in the dark for so many people. So that concept is important to us. And I hope that people, when they see it, they kind of get that feeling of no matter how dark times are, there's always light. There's always like either guiding, amazing people like clan, or for so many people, it could be family or friends or, you know, and so many people are affected by cancer. And I mean, by other things like in the pandemic, you know, there's a lot of darkness around. But if we can find the thing that gives us light and gives us hope, you know, then that's something really beautiful. So for me,
like a beacon.
It would be that, a beacon.
Yeah.
But aside from that, if it wasn't so meaningful, even just to like smile because it's really colourful.
Yeah. I love that. You have to have the deep and meaningful, but other than that, if you like it, it's fine.
The kind of color and the gradient and stuff, then that would make us happy as well. So
it's so nice to hear you say that as well, because I've worked for Clan for several years. I've worked for Clan twice actually. I went, left, came back, and it's actually so nice to hear you say light in the dark, because that's genuinely what so many clients have said over the years. And before we took this project on, one of the main drivers of it was that our Haven Bed and Breakfast Centre, which is for like people out with Aberdeen who are coming to Aberdeen for cancer treatment. The emblem for that's been a lighthouse for as long as I can remember. So it was really nice tied in. So it's amazing for me to hear as a Clan colleague that you guys have really taken the core essence of what we're about and what clients think we are and just put that onto a lighthouse. It's definitely what I'm excited to see. I can't wait to see it when it goes out on the on the streets.
So that feels kind of like full circle.
Definitely does. It's amazing. But so was that a big driver for you when you were applying for it, that it was someone like Clan that was going to benefit from the trail?
Definitely. It's just, and it's important with all the work that we do to try and find something meaningful. And there's obviously going to be certain things that are more like corporate-y or more commission based, and everyone needs to try and find projects that make money. But for us, it's definitely about, especially like the older we've got and the more we've worked on projects, we really want to move into probably working more with like kids and working more in community and doing like mindfulness and trying to get activity and mental health and connection, because there's a real need for that. And so it's really us to have a feeling, just that kind of meaningful feeling to a project makes it so much more than just a painting.
There's another side to it that's more positive and kind of gives back or brings happiness even to people, you know, if we could just make someone smile.
Definitely.
Like, that's enough.
And the fact that our designs, like with the penguin, the fact that got sponsored and then they obviously got auctioned, like these ones will do. And to be part of the money they raised for Maggie's was incredible. And to know that you're like even a little part of that, it feels brilliant, and you're always going to remember it. It just is a really lovely feeling to have.
These projects are so amazing because the artists get paid, they enjoy the work they're doing, you know, it's a really fun project, and then the community get involved, they get to like see it, get out, like, spend time with their family or whatever, and then getting auctioned off, you know, that event in itself is fun. And then, you know, raising all the money, and there's just like so many positive knock-on effects from that. It's really cool. I love it.
Oh, that's good. It's a very humbling project to be part of And yeah, I think as far as saying bringing the whole community together, yeah, and that's what I hope we really can do when we get them out in the streets at long last this autumn, is to really bring everyone back together.
Oh, definitely, yeah, and that'll be so needed by then as well. It'll be great to leave it to the right time, because when the right time comes, people are just going to love being able to go out and find all the different lighthouses and enjoy them. So I'm excited to see where the lighthouses end up as well, because that makes a big difference, you know, just to see what their surroundings will be.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, different art. Yeah, it's going to work totally different in whatever the whichever area going to be, and it's because this is probably the first trail that's quite so far spread, right in the small communities across the northeast and in Orkney and Shetland as well. So fingers crossed we can get over to Orkney and Shetland. Us mainlanders, we can get over and see them out there too. So it's going to be, hopefully it's like a rediscovery of the Northeast and Northern Isles by the time we can get out and go to places that we've never been before, to see these amazing artworks, see what the whole, and connect with the community either we haven't been to for the last year and a half, or somewhere completely new that the lighthouses are going to take us. So it's exciting.
So many people won't be going abroad for holidays and things, and people are going to be staying in Scotland more. So if there's places that have a lighthouse, it's going to be even more of a draw, I think.
Yeah. People like different craving things like this now as well. You know, something to do.
Yeah, you know, something different. I can go outside for a reason. Great. So moving on to lighthouse number 2. So Elaine, what's your what's the sort of concept of your, without giving too much away, what's the concept of your second lighthouse?
This one was about, lighthouses are quite solitary symbols. And my one is basically a lighthouse covered in lots of small lighthouses. I think there was 52 in the end. So they're all similar but different, you know, and they'll be like slightly different shapes or sizes or colors, but there's just loads and loads and loads. And it just shows like kind of that we're not alone, that we are together. And there's like strength in numbers.
It was called Stronger Together, the design, wasn't it? And it was that idea of giving, like, clan is, you know, many. So when a lighthouse is quite a solitary symbol, it was a good idea for us to think about, okay, well, there's loads in clan, there's loads of people, and you need many people to feel that sense of community and support. So that was kind of it, really, wasn't it? It was just like, let's put loads of lighthouses on it.
That's brilliant. I love it. I love it. Again, like, your connection's great. Like, it makes me really happy just knowing clan and like the work like that we do, to know how much time and effort you thought about that connection and what we do and how do we represent that visually on a lighthouse with many little lighthouses. I'm quite excited to see that one as well.
That one's very like kind of beachy feeling. It's got the color choice and everything. It's very like
turquoise and yellows.
Oh, cool.
Blues.
And it had like a slightly different color palette, and then the sponsor really loved it, but they're like, oh, we just want to change this blue so it kind of fits with our like branding. And I think that was a good change. It just made it even more just kind of beachy seaside. It really does. It's colorful and bright. So
that's got like a background as well, similar to Infinite Sky, and then the kind of more illustrative lighthouses then on top of it.
Exciting. I know, I can't wait to see all of these now. So have you both completely finished both lighthouses now? So we're just like, it's just sat waiting for us to all see.
Definitely. It was funny because we were in Inverness in lockdown staying with my mum when we found out that we got them, but then we moved to Dundee in the meantime and just staying with a friend, so we didn't have a studio space, we didn't have anywhere to keep them. And then it was like, they're coming in like 2 weeks after we moved. But Dundee has actually been amazing because they're so welcoming and they're such a great creative. Everybody's really connected and really helpful. And so it was like this call went out. We asked a couple of people and suddenly we were like emailing and phoning, and we got offered a couple of spaces which were going to be okay, but we ended up down in the Vision building, which I don't know if you know, massive building down near the waterfront.
Yes.
An amazing space to get, because it was just huge and just really, really kind of perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were so lucky. Like, we felt really welcomed. You know, the fact that people just did that for us, even though they didn't know us. You know, and even since then, we've been like connecting with loads of really cool, creative people around Dundee. It just feels really nice to be here, doesn't it?
So the lighthouse is kind of the start of that here for us. And as soon as people knew it was for clan and it was one of the charity trails, they were straight away like, we'll find it. Don't worry, we'll sort it out. So it's that kind of feeling as well. Everyone wants to be involved in something so positive, so that's a good feeling as well.
It's so nice. And I must admit, like, I think I think out of all the interviews we've done, there's a lot of Dundee-based artists anyways. It's definitely the place to be for artists, but hearing the stories about, in particular the challenges posed with lockdown where spaces weren't easy to come by, everyone's just, the whole artistic community in Dundee's just wrapped around this trail and wrapped around the people involved it just to help. And it's really humbling that people are like you're seeing the best of people through these times as well. So it's nice to hear that from you guys. And it's when people see how big they are in real life, they'll understand the struggles of getting a space big enough for it.
They're massive.
Yeah, and to like logistically to sort of move them from like space to space as well, like was a bit fun, wasn't it? And you want to be so obviously
we had to be creative with it.
We definitely did. And like I have to have a shout out as well to Neil, who works with Wild in Art. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, Neil Cooney, we'll give him a good shout out. Neil from Wild in Art. Thank you, Neil.
Space. He really did help us
and
so
Donna
much.
from Neon gave us the space.
Yeah, they were really, really good. And he helped us literally move them as well, because now they're all wrapped up and they're stored in a different space because the building's changing a bit. But and he's gonna, I think, help us move them when they all get taken back too. So he's literally been amazing and so helpful. Yeah, so thanks, Neil.
Well, that's big shout out, Neil. Much love to Neil, who is helping out in the trail. He is your Swiss Army knife of help. He'll just do anything and everything to help you out, and he's incredible. So thank you again, Neil. I think you hear stories about that with Neil and some other people from Wild in Art and Clan right way throughout the trail. It's incredible how people have just totally gone the extra mile to make sure that we can make this happen and bring everything together, and hopefully bring everyone together all in autumn this year. So will you two both, if we can, will you both be coming up to Aberdeen Northeast to check out the trail yourselves?
100%. No matter where they go as well, we really want to go and see our lighthouses. Because you're actually from Ireland originally, and so
cool.
haven't really traveled to many places in Scotland, and I haven't even been to like Shetland and Orkney, and I've always wanted to go. So I'm kind of hoping like our ones end up there, just because that'll be such a great.
Brilliant,
It might be like really far apart. It could be on a beach. You don't know.
It could be, I know, it could be one Shetland, one Orkney, one mainland.
For us.
But we'll definitely road trip to come and see them and to see all the other ones too, because that's the amazing thing, is the sort of width of different skills and different techniques and different styles that people have,
different approaches to the same thing. Like you're all given a lighthouse, but they're all completely different. So I'm really excited to see what everyone else has done with theirs, and to get a look at everyone's designs and read about their concepts as well. That'll be really good.
It's incredible. I was saying that last time, hit the nail on the head, is that like it's very basic like just an outline of a lighthouse on a white bit of paper, and I think we had well over 200 entries in the end, and they were all totally different. And I just can't I can't believe how we're all roughly from the same area, all from the UK, and we're all designing from the same starting point, but then it's so wildly different, and the thought, the meaning, the style is just so different artist to artist. But I think it probably shows how creative and how amazing like our art scene is in the UK. Just things like this can help hopefully bring it to the forefront and highlight how awesome everyone is, and particularly Dundee. I'm going to give a massive shout out to Dundee, because all the artists seem to be from Dundee that I chat to these days.
Such a creative city. It really is.
Definitely. And how many finished lighthouses were there if there was over 200 entries? I don't actually know how many lighthouses were given in the end.
So we are, we have 50 lighthouses, 50 big ones, and we have 76 small ones as part of the school trail. So, and I must admit, the school trail ones I've seen them and they are incredible. I certainly was not that gifted when I was in school. I'm still not that gifted at all now. They are truly incredible, and I think between the large ones and the little ones as well, it's going to be an amazing trail, and it's hard to keep the excitement in a bit this like few months now, because just wanting to get out there. But I can't wait till everyone can see them start to roll out, and then seeing the little teasers from you guys as you're doing them as well. But it's just incredible. So final question from me, for those who are looking to find out a bit more about your artwork, where can they find you, and what else have you got coming up this year that people can get stuck into to have a look?
Cool. So for Infinite Sky, then our website is infiniteskymurals.com, and our handles on Instagram and Facebook are the same, Infinite Sky Murals, on both of those as well. So it's fairly easy to find us on there. But we've just actually finished and wrapped up last week on a really exciting project in Dundee called Reflections, which is all about celebrating the River Tay and people's connections to it during lockdown. So Scrap Antics, which are a really exciting organisation, a community organisation in Dundee, kind of commissioned this project. So they took 10 oral histories and people talking, basically interviewing about the Tay and their connection to it. And then they passed these on to, and Lainey and I actually, again, applied separately. One for an artist post and one for a spoken word artist. And we thought, we'll both apply, like we'll never both get it, but
do it.
Try it, right? And just luck of the draw, like we both got picked for it. So
that's worked on the project together.
Like we come as a pair, like it's fine.
But it was really good because we were actually able to like work really collaboratively on it. So basically you were the visual artist, so you created this banner design.
So I got to design a banner. It's like 6.5 meters wide.
Wow.
And 1.3 meters tall, and it sits on the Discovery boat just under, you know, where it's written.
Oh wow,
And it's like just under there.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Then I passed my design on to another artist, Rona Jack, and she basically translated my design into fabric and made
cool.
So it was really cool. And it was all made from like materials that were locally sourced or from the Scrap Antics store. And so the colors like changed slightly in the translation, but that's like, I love that. Do you know, it's like a representation of what
that's incredible.
Really cool.
So it's really cool collaborating with people.
And then I took the same oral histories and created like a spoken word piece. And so I did a performance of that and we filmed that, and then we called out to the public and got social media to send in loads and loads of photos of the Tay, and we cut those into the video as well. And it's basically just launched last Friday, so that's going to be up for the next 3 weeks. So that's what we've been working really hard on that like the last month. So it's quite a turnaround. So
you've not skipped a beat.
Antics on Instagram, you'll basically find everything on there if you want to go and see the video, or even head down to Discovery in Dundee and see it on the ship. It looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds amazing.
You can see Kate's video on. There's like a QR code, so you can just scan that and watch.
Oh, cool. That's incredible. Definitely. Well, we'll leave some links down the video below so people can find that as well. But that sounds incredible. And hopefully we can get down to Dundee as well and take a look at that. And then when time comes, you guys can come up here and visit us up in Aberdeen and beyond.
That would be really good. Definitely. I look forward to it.
Yeah, but no, thank you so much for chatting to me today. I think, and I think people watching as well, it's been a really humbling conversation for me. And I think for me, where you sort of design from is just like, it's from my perspective, working for a charity is just incredible. And I love so much that there was so much of Clan and so much of your heart and soul went into this. It was really good. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. And thank you everyone again for watching. And we will see you next time on the Artist Series for Light the North. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Bye. Thank you.